Alright, what's up, guys? So, I got a video request from G Mary behind the mask, and she wants me to talk about what really sucks is getting into a routine with a job, but the job is not making you enough money, so you have to force yourself to break out of it to find a better opportunity. Yeah, it does suck, especially when you're working a job that you hate, a job that is soul crushing, a job that you have to deal with toxic coworkers and a boss, and it's just stressing you out, and your mental health's getting worse. It just isn't paying enough. It's just covering the bills. You're not able to save money, right? And yeah, maybe it could be you're not budgeting right. You could be buying things that you don't need, and you're doing too much hedonism to the point where uh, it's draining your bank account. But not everyone's like that. There's a lot of people out there that budget their money, and they're still uh, not being able to save, and it's just covering the bills and all that, right? And it sucks when you have a lot of expenses like debt, right? If you're in like student loan debt, or you have like credit card debt, it just makes things worse, right? You got to prioritize paying off the debt, and you want to get a better opportunity so you can save more money or pay off your debt. But sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes you have to really go on the job search, and you just hope that you get hired, and it's flexible, and you're able to do those hours without burning out, you know? I guess, for example, with me, I was trying to do that living here, trying to do dominoes and working this landscape job, and it was okay for a bit, and then I started working like a month straight, like without a day off, and it was starting to get to me, and uh, it was burning me out, and I couldn't do it no more. So I'm just working the landscape job, and now I'm just doing the gig apps because I do it on my own time, and I'm the boss basically, and I work when I want, and I do it until I'm done. So that's what I do. But it's not easy for everyone, right? Not everyone can fit in the gig apps either sometimes, because maybe the job is just gives you a hard time getting a second job, right? They give you too many hours, even though they give you low pay or something, you know? So, yeah, like you're living paycheck to paycheck. It just sucks. But I think it's worth trying to find opportunity to make more money if you can, so you can save more money, so you can have more fun or something, like plan a trip, or you want to pay off your debt. And if you have kids, for example, you should always put in the effort to make more money. Always do that. That kid is your priority first, and then yourself is second at that point. But it's always worth putting the effort if you're willing to do it. It sucks for people that are incapable, right? Uh, they have a disability that limits them to make more money, right? Or they they have to be on disability, right? Which is nothing wrong with that, you know. But disability can cover so much, and it's terrible how this country, for example, the U.S., doesn't give them that much. It gives them just the basic stuff, right? So it sucks for people that are incapable trying to make more money, right? But for people that are capable of doing it, they should try to put in the effort, try to get a better quality of living, and say if you're living in a bad neighborhood, uh, try to get out of there, you know, as best you can. But it sucks when you try to get like a side hustle, and it just, it can drain you. You would like to relax, you want to just chill out, you know, but it sucks when, say, if you don't have that side hustle and you have those expenses, you're just getting by, you know. It's terrible. It's like a double-edged sword every time. It's like you gotta be strategic or something, pretty much. And if you don't have like parents to help you out, it makes things worse, you know? It makes things worse. When I was living with my dad, it was easier for me because I was living rent free. I was able to save money more, and I actually had like gig apps. I had landscape customers, so it's a little easier when you're living with your parents and you have a little side thing that you with your own thing, and you have the gig apps or whatever it is. So, but when you're on your own, it's not easy, and it's not easy when you're say you don't have dual income. If you have dual income, it'll be easier to pay off your expenses and debt and save, right? Like if you're single, you're getting taxed way more than a couple, and you're gonna be like if you're not making enough money, you're gonna be tight on things with your budget, you know. So it's not easy. But yeah, like I said before, like there's people out there that aren't good at budgeting. They prioritize hedonism, and no wonder they are struggling. And that's a that's the person's fault, you know. But then there's people that are budgeting, and it's just it's tough, you know, with the cost of living going up, rent's high everywhere, the utilities are high, groceries, buying a vehicle, just going out is high. They're just getting takeout with food, you know, not easy. I guess, like, say if you have kids, like, childcare is high, you know. Not everyone can have that just one income, you know. You need two, it seems like, or three. I think it's ridiculous, you know. Why are we at a point where we have to have three incomes, you know? We have less buying power, it seems like, than the older generations. But yeah, it's soul crushing. We're doing this routine, it's monotony, and you always gotta do errands, and it sucks, and you wanna make more. It's just, you're always competing with other people, and it's all this life's about. People say just move somewhere else, and that sucks too, because that's what happened to me. Like I was homeless, and I guess I didn't want to live in like Philadelphia. I didn't want to live in the outskirts of Philly either because it's expensive. So I moved to a cheaper place, South Dakota, and I don't really like it. It's too cold, and even though I'm able to afford things and I have my own place, I just don't like it, you know? That's the thing. Like, people say, just move to somewhere cheaper. That's not gonna make you feel good either, you know? Even though it can help you out financially. But if you're willing to sacrifice living in a place you don't like, and then you pay off your debts or you save a good amount, you can move somewhere else, you know? Unless, that's the thing, not everyone's able to sacrifice. Sometimes the weather, for example, can be too brutal, and it can affect their mental health, and it's not good. They have to move somewhere like their hometown or somewhere warmer or whatever it is, you know? And then you get homesick, you miss your family or something, you miss your friends, right? And, you know, just to move is easier said than done too. It's a lot of money to move. I had to spend a decent amount of money to move down here. It's good I had a good savings account. It was not cheap moving down here, you know. So yeah, but I guess if you're willing to take that opportunity, I would take it. If it's gonna pay you more, or say it's gonna help you get a quality of life, because that's worth it, you know. If you can, it's not easy, and I hope you're able to get a better job and whatever you want to do with that, you get a quality life. So, catch you guys later.